why we decided to move the recording studio to right beside a highway and a train yard, I'm never gonna know. But I mean, we can renegotiate things. Maybe this can be like, I don't know, the intern's spot. Yeah, it's whatever. At least it's better than the boats over by Oswald. It's better than boats. So why do I have a script? Oh, because of the river napping. Okay. I'll try my best. Typically I riff these things, but okay. So, last time you listened to us, we are not responsible for the events and what happened in the last episode with the river napping. I'm going to try my best to riff, making my own thing. So, we have decided that we are going to go out and find River after the whole, incident. And as we are looking and trying to make headway with Oswald Shade and Celeste and I, the dream team, Zach and Rodney decided to have a little tiff, and Rodney got all his panties up in a bunch and decided to run. So, Zach is, of course, trying to take the side of River, and Rodney's just doing his own thing. He's kind of turned into a little bit of a dick, but, a little bit of a dick up in the brain, maybe a little bit of a dick somewhere else. So we're trying to figure out what's going on and what's the best next step and everything, and we're looking at maps, but you know what? I think my time is a little bit more important than trying to talk about this, so I'm going to go back to searching for my friend who was river napped instead of reading this stuff that clearly is just a whole legal statement on that we're not responsible for the things that happen to the actors. So I'm just going to leave here. Bye, clickers. Bye, guys.
Hi, everybody. It's your favorite girl, Elena, here to play your favorite water witch, Remi.
Hi, guys. My name is Kyle. I play Oswald.
Hi, I'm Allie. I play River, and I will also be your game goddess. Let's get this show started. The scene opens in almost a dark-looking tunnel. It has almost a aluminum metal factor to it, and you can hear quick moving from around it. It's very obvious at this moment that whoever is in there is an event. They are moving quite fast and trying to sort of get away from a security guard, something that's following them, whatever. You then see a hand plant down a camera to one of the openings within the vents, and you see it happen several more times as the person goes along. About 40 to 50 seconds later, the character emerges from atop of a roof. It's Zach. Zach is getting himself off of the roof and goes immediately to the car where he speeds off. And then we will shift the scene back to our two player characters and several NPCs in our Revolution spot, which is the Lancaster Manor. At this point, it's been probably a day and a half, 2 days since River is gone. There has been no real progress on trying to figure out where she's been, just more indicating maps. Remi has been scouting a little bit to figure out what of Astoria's places are what exactly that was in the map that was given to us by the computer. And what would you guys be doing currently? It is the morning. Would you say you stayed up all night?
Oswald's making breakfast burgers.
Okay.
And by making, I mean pulling out of his pocket.
I think Remi is essentially looking over the maps and like comparing like data based upon like how often people go to this place, how much electricity they use, and so on and so forth.
So, you
But
have
basically like a priority list.
all right. I'm going to have you roll me. I'm going to have you roll me a intelligence check real fast.
That is a 6 plus 5, 11, so I probably don't get a whole lot.
Okay, so you were able to kind of uncover that there are, this is like at least what you uncovered, this is the least that you got, that there are 6 main Astoria buildings. That one is in Eden and the other 5 seem to be around the outside of the wall. You've also found out that there are 15 underground headquarters that are kind of placed out within the coordinates. The map says 10 unused headquarters, which could mean anything that could just not be documented. As well as like the electricity level, the person amount, you're not really getting a lot there.
So
You're just seeing a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, so I see 10 unused, 5 within the wall that are used.
Yeah, 1 within the wall that's used. That's the main headquarters, and then there's 5 more outside the wall that are also considered main headquarters.
And then 5 others outside wall.
And then 15 underground 15 underground headquarters.
Okay, so we would assume, right, that because I'm looking at that map that you gave to us, the red dot that's in the middle of Eden is like the one that we went to for Hood and Shade, right?
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay. So then I, a smart human being, would assume that River's not there.
That would be a good assumption. All right. So, Remi, are you partaking in Oswald's breakfast burgers while waiting?
Yes.
I mean, I figured I would just bring her a breakfast burger.
I take it and continue working without looking.
By the way, I fucked this up, and I realized I fucked this up. So excuse me as I fix this. Thank you.
Never soggy eat worms.
Yeah, I was gonna say never eat soggy waffles. I was like, why does it say never soggy eat waffles?
Obviously, because you're never soggy, and also eat waffles.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so so are you guys around the computer in the main computer in the living room area?
I would assume.
Yeah, after I finish like making and I want to say that I actually do cook the burgers. The pocket thing was a joke, but
Okay. Sure.
I don't think anybody would want a pocket burger.
I would assume we have a giant printout. Like Remi has been like doing exactly like this, like taking like a giant sheet of paper and copying what she sees from the computer and then putting it on paper because she knows at this point computers are finicky as fuck.
Yeah. And after I finish cooking everything, I sit down with Remi and I start like looking over everything with her.
Okay, so at that moment when Oswald finishes making his burgers and everyone's like still looking at the map, which I'm going to say you guys have been looking at probably for the past 48-ish hours.
Yeah.
So Zach comes in and he has rings under his eyes. He has not slept, which is not like he's not used to that because even though he works night shifts, he like at least sleeps in the middle of the day. He has not slept at all. He walks in, you hear like the car go in from the garage, and he puts down his bag, and you can see like within the bags there are like maybe 2 or 3 like GoPro like cameras left, and he's like, all right, all the cameras to the main one of the main headquarters is all suited up. So if we want to go in and listen to that or check it out, we can. I have them from floor 5 to floor 1.
That sounds like good coverage.
Yeah. I didn't feel like really going straight into the labs, which seemed like that was the second to last layer of everything, and then the lobby was down below, so it just seemed like a lot.
I just nod and hand him a breakfast burger.
He takes it very thankfully.
And
like,
I hand him a cup of coffee because I was making coffee too.
He's like, from what I can tell, at least for that main headquarters, I don't think there's any way that she could be there, because there are just they're too occupied with other things, and something tells me if they're taking River, then they want her to be the main focus. So I'm going to say that main headquarters is probably not where she's at.
Which one are you talking about, Miss Game Goddess?
This one he went to was the one that was the farthest south.
So this red dot that's farthest south?
Yep.
Anyway, Oswald chimes in and he says, well, if I had to guess, I would say that she's probably being, like, I don't know, experimented on somewhere in either the underground or the unused facilities. And, like, to be honest, I would put her in the unused facilities. So.
All right. Well.
Because if you think about it, if she's the only one being tested, let's just assume she is for a second, then, you know, that doesn't take a lot of power to draw towards that area. All you need is like the extreme basics, and that's it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And after I say that, my eyes light up, and then I immediately walk over to the computer and start asking it to show me the spots where, like, there's very little power being drawn from the unused facilities.
Okay. So, the computer boots up and goes,
"Hello, Oswald Silver."
Hello. Question. Sorry, I had to clear my throat for a second. Can you show me the facilities that are not being used, but also have very little, like, power being drawn out of them?
Of course, Oswald Silver. From the numbers I got before we were kicked out of said server, the ones that seem to be pulling the most power and electricity seems to be...
And she lights up the one at the far right.
The furthest northeast? This one.
I just kind of put a line next to it.
Oh.
No, that's underground.
Oh,
yeah, I was thinking the one that's furthest northeast, which is
this
all
one.
The way up here.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
That one is taking some of the most power. We also have 2 of them right above Eden in the northern sector. The one that is closest to the wall and the one that is a little more above the wall. It seems to be around 100 miles apart from one another. And also the one that is in the most south corner within the walls of Eden.
So this one.
Yes.
Okay.
And don't worry, for anyone who's listening, this map will be on our blog before this episode airs. So if you do want to see it, please go over there and check it out.
And hopefully, if if everything in the stars align, it will also be upon the Instagram and the Facebook.
So these are the ones that have the most power being drawn from them, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Which one would Astoria probably go to?
What about underground facilities that draw the least amount of power, but still like noticeable?
Still are operational.
Yeah.
So,
if I would imagine that this would be a very small, like I'll speak of it as Remi. Be like, and I'll be like, hey, Oswald, ask the computer which ones for underground that would draw the least amount of power, because I have a feeling that if she just wants to study just river and try to get things out of river, it would literally be a skeleton team working on this.
I relay the question.
All right, Oswald Silver, let me find those facilities for you.
And she, like, you see, like, it kind of buffers a little bit and goes,
Oswald Silver, the only facilities that seem to be going off of the at least amount of power are the two most west, the one most west of the map and the one most east of the map.
Well, I was about to say there was two of them, but there's this one right down here. But there's something about this one right down here beside the little north that I just keep looking at for some reason. And I don't know if it's just because it's right beside our cardinal directions, but like...
It's definitely because of that. I'm going to be the DM and say it's definitely because of that.
Like, every single time I look at the map, like when I first saw it, I was like, she put that there for a reason.
Or maybe, Alex, or maybe the game goddess.
Yeah, just put
in the dots and then the directional thing.
She put it there to distract us from the very incorrect cardinal direction. So those of you listening at home,
never saw you Waffles.
Allie did a smart, and you know how like whenever you see a compass, it's like north, east, south, west. She did north, south, east, west. So never Soggy, eat waffles.
I've already fixed it, and the correct one will be posted. I'm just saying.
But I also want the one where they can see all of our drawings, because that'd be funny, so that they can see where we're talking about and such.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I turn to Remi and I say, "All right. Well, how about this? How many did we circle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So
don't count this one down here.
No, I know.
I circled. But the one that's a camera, or the one that has all the cameras, I put that one right beside there.
Yeah, no, I only counted the ones that we actually circled.
Okay.
So I turn to Remi and I say, "All right, how about this? I can take either just me or one other person and go look at 3 of them, and then you take you or another person with you and go look at the other 3."
So, do we have to be within the vicinity, Allie, of the one that has the cameras in order to like know what's going on, or can we easily do that from here?
No, it's all going to be they're all basically being recorded and putting onto the drive within the main computer system at home. So whenever you want to, you can literally just open it up and it'd be like a CCTV just like system.
Okay. I think it would be smart for us to go in shifts. So I'm going to turn to Oswald and I'm going to say, listen, I think that's a very smart plan. But if something happens to one of us, we need to be able to not be thousands of miles away from each other. Because I don't know what every square on here is like. I don't know how far.
They're about 50 miles.
50 miles per square?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so essentially like thousands of miles from each other. Like, I don't want us to be super separated, so why don't one of us stay here and we can watch the cameras, and then if any of us get into trouble, we can easily be like, go to that one, but we can start marking things off on the map. Plus, we can put down any information that we see from like wherever we are and label it as such.
That works. And I'll go first. I'll just
All right.
excuse me. I'll just bring a comms device with me, so
So,
that way you can just tell me.
so Oswald, you want to go to one of the unused facilities then?
Well, I am gonna go to where's the our
Well,
base in. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
our base is like the lima bean.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not gonna draw directly on the map so that we can easily erase it. I think if you go in like this direction, like out and around, I think that would help to like all the ones that we've circled, because there's this one right here over in the far west, northwest, and then if you immediately go over, that's how many miles? 50, 150, 250, 350, 450. That's 500 miles.
Well, I was gonna go to the abandoned ones that we circled up north, the ones that are like really close to each other, because one, they're
Yeah.
abandoned, so there wouldn't be any like resistance possibly, and
Yeah,
two,
that's
they're
true.
pretty close to each other, so I can knock out two,
So then maybe go down this way and then go over this way. Because
maybe.
I don't want this one to be all by itself. And then if you're like headed back, you can easily hit this one that's right here.
Hmm.
Because it's abandoned and it's not using any power. And we don't know how much, like, if they're doing a whole lot or if they're not doing a whole lot. This is us planning, not us talking in character. Because I like us to talk in character sometimes.
I guess I can go out and around, so that way I can. And I'm not gonna go to the abandoned one that you circled, but I'm gonna go to the what is that? That's an underground one. I'm gonna see if I can get the underground one, anything from that, and then go to the two abandoned ones after that.
Okay. Now I'm just letting you guys know each one of these facilities are basically puzzles. So you're asking each other to do puzzles by yourself.
Oh, shit. Well, if we have comms, we can easily talk with each other.
That's fair. You can.
Aha! We've solved your first puzzle!
Plus, I think I would bring like Zach or Celeste or somebody with me. So
Who
actually,
would you
I'd
like to
bring
bring?
Shade. Of course, I'd bring
Okay.
Shade. Why wouldn't I bring
All right.
Shade?
We'll bring Shade.
Yeah.
Shade's coming with.
And our comms, it doesn't matter how far apart we get, we can always be in contact with each other, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I relay everything to Shade, and I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna go do a thing. Pack up. It's gonna be a long trip."
She's just like, okay. I'm guessing we don't need snacks.
I have snacks covered, but we might need like actual food. So
I beg to differ.
I just give her a smile and walk away.
Okay, cool.
So, I assume you're about to head out, correct?
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
like after we'll head out like the next day so that we're like rested and good to go.
Well, right now it's still the morning.
Yeah,
It's
So
still the
I'm just
morning.
saying
So technically,
we're gonna use this day for like planning our route
prepping.
and
Yeah.
making
Okay.
sure that everything is good to go.
I, as a player, would honestly suggest going out at night so that way someone doesn't see like your car.
Right.
But let's imagine that we flash forward to when you're about to leave. And I'm gonna like, because this is the first time that we're separating, and so Remi's feeling very nervous. Because like every time that we've like separated, it's because we're like within the same building and we're trying to cover more ground, or like X Y, like we've like that, like River being apart is like weird, but then like us, I think being by ourselves is definitely getting to Remi, because she's like because she knows that Astoria essentially wants to kill us but keep River alive, and we're River's only hope. So she's gonna walk up to you as you're getting ready to like get in the car, and Remi looks at you and she goes, I swear to God, if you die and I have to come back and bring data just to bring you back so I can kill you again myself, I will never forgive you. And then she like gives you the tightest hug.
I hug back and I say, I'm pretty sure if I die, Shade will kill me before. Like she'll kill me again before.
She'll see the incoming and be like, "Oh no, it's my job, bitch."
So then Remi like before you go in, she'll say, "Don't get distracted by shoulder blades."
I won't. And then I look over-
Conveniently, Shade is wearing a tank top, but at the same time, she brought a jacket in case it gets chilly.
Oh, what a babe.
I say I won't, but I mean the best part about just being us two is I got really great backup, so I'm not entirely worried about my safety because I got Shade.
So just so I know exactly the one you're going to the one that is the northwest of like where it says Astoria HQ. You're going to the one under that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I think what we're going to do at first when we get there is just kind of like scout it out and see like what kind of activity is going on before we decide to go in.
That's perfect.
So yeah, we get in the car, we take off and go.
Yep. Shade puts in the coordinates so it will take you to that exact spot and location that you need to go. It does take you around an hour or two to get out there.
Okay.
So you're playing. So you're
Jeez,
playing.
How fast are these things?
Shade's driving.
Okay, but how fast are these things going? That's
like
50, 100.
That's like 500
50,
miles.
200.
You have to also remember, guys. You have to remember, River also kind of hyped up the engines on a lot of the cars already.
Okay,
so
but still, if it's an hour, that's at least going 300 miles per hour.
They fly. Fine, then it's going to take you around 3.5 hours to get there. Is that better? You happy?
Okay. I would understand going like 100 miles per hour.
That's more.
That's more like it.
So it takes you 3.5 hours to get there.
We're trying to make it so that this lasts for weeks, Allie. We're not trying to make it feel like, okay, we did done in like 2 hours.
I'm gonna cut this out. You guys are not at the correct facility.
Still.
All right.
You can have us be like, okay, we're traveling from here all the way across the fucking map, and it takes you an hour?
Yeah, sure.
What?
I would like to point out James's timing never made sense for anything, so why does mine?
Because we want to be consistent. We want to be.
Kyle's out here going, that's fair.
Also, it doesn't have to be hyper realistic. I can grow 30 feet, and you're a waterbender.
But I'm like saying, like, don't make it like an hour. Make it like 2 hours.
I said an hour to 2 hours. It depends on how.
You said it takes about an hour to get there, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Fine, it takes around 3.5 hours to get there.
No, I like 2.
No, it's 3.5 now because you're a bitch.
Okay, fine.
So, it takes around 3.5 hours to get there, and when you do get there, it's weird. So, there's no vegetation in the area. It's kind of like a weird fairy circle sort of situation.
Is a swamp.
No, it's kind of like a grassy field, and you don't see anything, which makes sense because it's underground. Like, it has to be underground. But I'm going to need you to give me a perception or investigation check, depending on which one is higher.
Okay, let me pull up my thing here. You said perception or investigation?
Yep.
Okay, well, my perception's a plus 12, so.
Oh, well. What'd you get?
Oswald's a broken character.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Oh, that's a 19 plus 12.
Okay, so you and Shade both see it. Shade got a natural 20.
Oh,
There's a weird dip in the ground. It's not very like it's not like super deep. It's like a very slight dip, but you see like a plate, like a silver almost sewer plate looking thing that's just in the middle of this open field. But
Okay.
from what you're seeing right now, there's no way to open it, but because you got such a high one, your foot, like you such a got a high roll, your foot does kick something that feels like there should be a lever on it to open said grate.
Now, are there any like guards around?
No, it was scarily quiet. There is not even a cicada in sight. It is it is super quiet.
I turn to Shade and I'm like, do you think it's even worth going in here? Because there's like absolutely nothing around here. I don't even think there's any guards.
Shade looks around and she's just like, I mean, there could be some form of documentation on at least what they might be doing to River. We could find a computer with their new server on it and see and get any information.
I
If we
crack
really
my
need to.
knuckles. I like do the thing where you straighten out your arms and your hands are facing outward. And I'm like, good old Jake Gold. Although, no, Astoria knows that. I can't use Jake Gold. Never mind. I do whatever it takes to open the door. Is it like a pull? You said it's a lever pull, right?
Well, you need to find the lever.
Oh.
Welcome to Resident Evil.
Should I do a perception check?
You can do another investigation or a perception check because they're both high for you.
I will do investigation this time because even though that's lower, I think it'll be more fun. Oh, well, okay, I didn't actually want to click, but that's a 21. I'll take it.
Okay, so, Shade kind of is like looking around the field, just like looking for anything that could be used as like said lever, like it could be like a tree branch or whatever. But from the corner of your eye, the clouds kind of go over the sun just a little bit to where you see something weirdly shiny in like the far corner of the field. And if you look close enough, I don't know how well Oswald's eyes are, but you can see like it's a long metal pole that is basically a lever. The last person that was here did not hide it well.
That guy should be fired. I guess I wander over and pull it.
Okay. So you put it in, you pull it back, and it opens. And you see straight down, not unlike a long ladder going into a sewer almost. That is what it opens up to. So the way the door opens, it opens out, and when you look down, it's like a metal tunnel with a gross, rusted-looking ladder going down, and you can choose to go down it or not.
I look at Shade for confirmation if she wants to go down there.
Shade's already going down.
Okay,
she was not.
I will go down.
She did not care. So it takes you about maybe a minute or two to finally like feel the floor. It's a fairly long ladder, and it's immediately a few degrees colder in this area because you're now underground.
Right.
So it's all dark. It's all pitch black. It doesn't look like anyone's been here in weeks. It kind of looks like the offices in the middle of COVID-19. It's just dark and a little bit dusty, and it kind of has a stale smell to it.
I'm assuming I have like a flashlight of some kind.
You have, yeah. I mean, Shade could also be that bright light thing again, but I can say as stuff that you were preparing for, you brought flashlights and everything.
Okay. I would say let's just use the flashlights for now. Just
Okay.
in case there's something here, like I don't want Shade to immediately tip it off.
Okay, so so you immediately go into almost like what looks to be a lobby and then goes down into a couple of halls and there's doors on each side. So in the lobby area, it's kind of like one of those huge horseshoe desks that a secretary would be at,
Right.
and then goes into like a seating area, and then you notice that there's like a little map that shows that there are 2 more floors in this facility that you can go check out.
Okay. I kind of hold my finger up to Shade just to kind of say, like, hold there for a second, and I go behind the desk and start trying to, like, communicate with the computer there.
The computer, she's dead.
Oh.
She is not alive. She is not giving you any feedback, for she is sleeping.
Is there any way for me to turn the computer on?
As you turn around, you can give me a perception investigation for that if you so choose to.
Okay, I'll just do perception. My chair is loud. Oh, I'm on that 20.
Well, you may have got to nat 20, sir, but those plugs are gone. Yeah, no, the plugs were taken. The plugs were very clearly taken.
I look at Shade. You don't happen to have any, like, electricity powers, do you?
I don't. Do I look like Zach to you?
No, I mean, you did kind of, like, do a cool thing before, so I don't know.
That was light. That was the energy of light. I am the light. I am the light of your life. I am an embodiment of light. No, I can't fuck.
Wait a hot second. We have Data, right? Data's with us.
Yeah, Data's
He's not sleeping or nothing, right?
No, he's chilling in the computer room checking things out.
Because before, no matter where we were, he somehow was able to like be like, "Oh, I know where your location is. Let me go on ahead and ping, 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 pong."
Yeah, that was the watches that we were wearing.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Yes, it does tell you the exact location that you're at and everything, but Data's did not have time to look into every fucking facility like he did to prepare for everything else. So these do not have the cameras in it like the cameras were everywhere else for Data to look at.
Okay. Just trying to make it easier on you, Kyle.
I mean, it's a puzzle.
I did not make it. I did not write these down to be easy pieces of shit. So the fact that you said, "Kyle, you're on your own," I was just like, "Oof, okay."
Well, I also am here on comm, so like if he's like, "Hey, can I get a little bit of help?" I think I'll be able to help him.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm gonna remain quiet and like listen and like take note. Like Remi's gonna be taking notes on things that he sees.
Okay. I tell Shade that it's probably okay for her to use the light now, so that we don't have to use the flashlights.
Okay. Are you going to be looking around the desk at all a little bit more?
I mean, if they took the wires, it doesn't make sense that they would leave the wires around the
okay.
around the desk. But I guess I'll give the desk a quick little glance over, see what's there.
Thank you. For me, that would help you a lot. For me as a DM, that would help you a lot.
Am I rolling for that?
Yeah, probably. Give me investigation.
Investigation. Yeah. That's okay.
I finally figured out what the difference between perception and investigation is. Perception is just a quick glance around the room. Investigation is just to like seriously look for something.
Yeah.
I got a 16 plus 7, so 23.
Okay. So you were about to leave because you're like, yeah, fuck these computers. And then something in your mind was just like, yeah, I should probably look through these drawers. You don't know what it was. Maybe it was the new god. And you see a key ring in the desk that has 4 keys on it.
Okay.
In a world besieged by darkness, torn apart by hatred, where the cruel, the wicked, and the heartless rule over all, Romancing the Dungeon is an epic tale of 4 legendary heroes who unite in the name of love, unity, and friendship to bring light and hope back into the world. Are you serious? Those 4 wouldn't know what love is even if it was tattooed on their asses. You got the wrong show if you think these 4 are love experts. I'm the only love expert you need, so we're doing this my way. If you desire romance, we got it.
Ah, there's my favorite person.
Morning.
How you doing, Angel?
Great.
Come here, and I sort of get in real close, and I like lips sort of purse, but I flutter my lips and give a little like.
And if you love drama, we got that too.
I need you to find and kill Eugenia Flatstone. I need her heart.
Okay, well we haven't, I think it's been a while since we've done the heart thing. How am I supposed to get that to you? Because I don't think walking around with an old lady's heart is gonna go well for me, personally.
If action is your passion, well, there's plenty of that as well.
For my bonus action, I'm going to use Blessing of the Raven Queen to go behind the other guy.
Okay.
And basically come up behind him with a dagger to his neck to get him to stop.
God damn.
What the fuck happened to you in the woods?
Join Thane, Thea, Nate, and Hephaestus as they put their hearts and my reputation on the line in a race to rescue an eccentric bride from the clutches of evil, battle against the insatiable forces of darkness, and try not to die along the way, I suppose.
I start taking my clothes off.
Okay.
And I take a blanket from the bed, and I wrap it around me, and I start following the steps, and I go, I'm a greasy little peanut. I'm a greasy little peanut. I'm a greasy little peanut.
Oh, for the love of... I don't even know why I bother.
Romancing the Dungeon, a softcore D&D podcast about 4 heroes on a quest for true love and discovering what that really means for them. Available wherever good podcasts are found.
Good podcasts? Well, that's blatant false advertising.
Now, they don't have anything labeled on them. It's just a key ring. Do you take said key ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many doors are there leading out of this area?
There's the way to get up, there's the hallway, and then if you go look the other way toward the other side of the hall, there are stairways going downstairs.
Okay, I turn to Shade and I'm like, do you want to go up or down first?
Let's go down to go up.
I can do that. Then I just start walking towards the downstairs. Also, shining a flashlight at the ground, even though Shade's probably lit up. Shining a flashlight at the ground just in case there are any tripwires.
All right, cool, smart. As you get down to the second floor, it's a weird hallway that seems to be made fully of almost like tile. So there's like tiles everywhere. And they're like, some of them are like on the walls, it's the subway tiles. It's like white subway tiles, and on the floor it's like the little square tiles that you would see in like bathrooms and stuff.
Right.
And in all of the, you see how many rooms did I put in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 20 rooms, 10 on each side. And they seem to be almost like glass doors that are like locked. They're locked shut.
Okay. I'll check the 10 on the left and Shade can check the 10 on the right, I guess.
Okay.
And then...
So let me do a few perception investigation checks for Shade. Okay, so she only finds 2 things. And you want to do the 10 on the left?
Yeah. Should I do like one big perception check?
Give me 4 investigation checks if you can.
Okay. Let me actually do this on my desk. Might be a loud noise in me moving my laptop back. Oh no, that was quiet. Okay, you said 4 investigation checks.
Mm-hmm.
That's 14 for the first one. 23 for the second. Oh, that fell off the desk. That's 15 for the third. Oops. That one didn't even roll, it just plopped down. And then another 23.
That's better than it could have been. So, while you're looking, you're seeing... Well, this is what Shade's seeing, and then I'll let you know what you're seeing. Okay. Shade is having first issues getting into the room, and then you realize that the key ring that you got has a skeleton key on it that actually opens all of them.
Oh. I tossed the key ring over to her.
Yeah, so she opens all of the doors really quickly and is able to look in. The moment you open up one of the doors, it immediately smells like rubbing alcohol. Like, it's just super sanitized. Like, it's almost gives you a headache how much it smells like rubbing alcohol in this small contained space where you can tell that air doesn't circulate like it should.
Jeez.
So, Oswald, you find 2 needles that seem to have an undetermined liquid in it.
Okay.
It looks like they just weren't used.
I throw those into my backpack that I'm assuming I'm wearing.
Yep.
Okay.
And Shade also finds about 2 more of those, so now you have 4 of those put together.
Okay.
And
are there any, like, labels on the syringes themselves, or are there
Nope.
like...
Nope, they are a mysterious liquid. Have fun figuring it out. Maybe you'll have to use it in a quick setting.
I turn to Shade and I'm like, do you want to just, like, shoot one of these up to see what they do?
Shade's like, no. Absolutely not.
I mean, curiosity did kill the cat, but satisfaction did bring it back, so...
I'm telling you right now, Oswald, these are facilities that they kept mutants in. These are not good facilities. No, I don't want to try what's in the needles because they're gonna fuck me up.
What if it's like a super duper power up, though?
It's definitely not.
All right, I'll just throw them back in my bag then.
You hear Remi come through the comms. Oswald, do I really have to drive out there to be your adult?
These puzzles wouldn't be that hard if you were here.
Oh my god. So, also, Oswald, you find another lone key that maybe one of the mutants that was here prior, took off one of the nurses or whatever, but you did find it. It was underneath the bed for whatever reason.
Okay.
By the way, these beds aren't normal beds. They have like leather locks on them. They it very much looks like what happened here was not good. Like, the vibe in this place is not kosher.
Yeah, as soon as you said rubbing alcohol, I was like, yeah, this isn't a good place.
So you find another key on it. You can either use it to go up or down within the space that you are. There is one more floor underneath, and then you could go back up, or you can go back up into that hallway.
No, I'll do it. Shade's idea was originally just go down to go up, so we're going to go down another floor.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to do me a we'll do, because it wouldn't be perception, it would be an investigation. I guess it would kind of be an investigation. Give me another investigation. These are all very investigation-based puzzles.
Okay. That's 14.
Okay. So, when you get down there, there's 2 locked doors. There's one that says document room, and there's one that says testing room .123.
I throw Shade the key that I found and just, tell her to check out whatever door she feels like. And whatever door she doesn't go to, I will go to the other one and try and bust it down.
Okay, so she takes the key that you just found, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she goes to the documents room and she opens it, and you can hear it quickly unlock. So like that was very smart of you, instead of going through all 5 keys to figure that out.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you do it. You're the DM.
Well, I play video games. I know what's what.
So she opens it, and it's weird that they would keep a paper trail like this, seeing how everything else seems to be electronic and automated. But it's just like walls of like papers and documents, and you can check look whatever you want to look for.
Well, before we do that, I want to try and get into the testing room.
Okay. So
just because, curiosity.
Yeah, no problem. Give me a D4, just so I can see how many times it takes you to figure out what key.
Boy, I need to find my D4.
It's the small one that will hurt you.
I know.
It's my favorite.
Well, that's a confusing D4. I apparently have a D4 that I'm not going to use because on each side it has 3 numbers on it. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, that's all standard D4s.
Yeah, all D4s have 3 numbers on it.
It depends upon how yours is set up. It's either going to be the one on the bottom or it's going to be the one on the very top.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm going to use the Kraken dice one because that one I like better. Just have to get it out of this bag.
I don't think I've looked at my Kraken dice D4 yet.
You're a horrible person.
I want to look at it. Don't mind me as I look around my dice.
Right. How many D4?
Just 1.
Okay. 2. Okay,
so it takes you 2 tries. The first one that you didn't open, and then the second one that you did opened. And this room, it has like a linoleum floors and like the subway tiles going across the rooms. There is one bed in the center of the room that kind of looks a little bit rusted, a little bit overused. If you look closely at it, you kind of see little patches of dried blood. It's like and it has the same restraint straps down for your arms and legs, but you also see one that is really large for like the torso. And from what you can tell from these is that not only are they like really hard to break, but they also seem to be waterproof, electric proof, the straps are very there you can tell that they're modified to keep mutants there.
Okay.
They do not have like that weird like almost neon green glow to it from the stuff that like was made with Data's DNA, but you can tell like they're still modified to the point like where you'd have to be a really strong mutant to be able to get out of them.
Right. Do I see any loose documents or any like vials or anything like that?
So on the counter, like next to you from the bed, there is a full aluminum kind of doctor set where they have like the huge sink, all of like the mirrors and everything. They have like cabinets above and cabinets below. You can look in there, you cannot look in there, you can go into the documents room if you would want to.
I will look through the cabinets. Before I do that, are there any like sharp instruments around? Like doctors and like scalpel or anything?
Look around real fast and I'll let you know.
What is that? Perception or investigation?
We'll do a perception for this guy. Because at this point, I think Oswald's smart enough, like, oh, I should probably open drawers, so...
Well, he has his moments. Okay. That's a 14 total.
14? So no, you can't find any. They seem to be buried in a way, if they were, that you just weren't able to find them at a quick glance. And to be honest, your anxiety, whether you're showing it or not, is up pretty high right now.
Ooh, can we pull a thing from the Call of Cthulhu and we have to roll like stress when we're in situations like these of like keeping our cool?
You know what? That's a good idea, Elena. We're gonna do that.
Yay!
Kyle, roll me a D100.
Ooh, I don't even have a dice for that, so I will.
You can roll a D10.
Yeah, you roll a D10. You roll 2 D10s, basically.
Nah, I'm just gonna do it on roll 20.
Do you want me to tell you how they do it in Dark Dice?
68.
So close. Wow. So close.
Here, roll a D1 and see what you get.
Should I do that?
Then add it to your score.
No, it's fine. Okay, so... Oh, wow, Kyle, you've rolled a lot.
Yeah, I know.
So what you're going to do is you like start to feel a little bit panicky. You're not like to the point where River is ever, don't worry. But you know the stress of this situation, but because of Oswald is Oswald, your persona is very calm about what's happening, but in your head you're kind of like you're getting a little bit stressed out, and it's not just because of the place that you're in, but you're thinking of, if this place looks like this and it's abandoned, what are they doing to River in a place that maybe isn't so abandoned?
Yeah, that makes sense.
We flash over to when Dr. Hans is like, schlop or schlop? Pickles? And then Doctor, what's his plague doctor is like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, so Remi, I'm actually going to need you, because you have comms on, and I'm going to need you to give me let's do an awareness check. Even though you're not there, I feel like this would make sense for what I need you to do for me.
Okay. Now, Kraken dice. Your dice don't like me as much. Yes. I don't get to do the thing you want me to, because that's a 4 + 3.
You hear nothing.
I hear nothing. I see nothing.
You're too kind of entranced with like whatever Oswald is doing. I would like to point out that Oswald is kind of, because I forgot to like mention this, Oswald is wearing kind of like a GoPro-esque style camera, so you can see what's going on while you're listening.
I'm just multitasking, so I'm not listening to him. I'm listening more towards the cameras on the Astoria building.
Well, no, you're listening more towards Oswald at that moment if you're doing that.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing anything that interests me.
Yeah, exactly. So, Data's right next to you, kind of doing the same thing, just he has his hands on his head, on his, like, under his chin. He's just watching what's going on, and he's just like, huh. Wow. I don't even remember half of this. Of course, this wasn't the facility I was in. Huh. But, so, Oswald, while you walk out of the testing room, you go back into the documents room where Shade seems to be like shuffling through things, but you also notice like there's a weird. I'll do this. A minute. Let's see. Okay, naturally, so when Shade stops shuffling through things, you see her immediately go to like a blank wall that's at the back end of the what you presume to be the end of the documents room, and she's
Okay.
like trying to push it like it's going to do something, and she's like touching like different spots on it, and she goes, I think this is a false door, but I don't know how to fucking open it.
I have my hammer with me, right?
You do.
I use hammer on wall.
Do me a strength check, my guy.
Okay, I only have a +10 to that. Because I put everything into fighting, because I am smart. That's a 19.
Oh. you don't get it.
Well,
You
does it
put,
like bounce off and nearly hit me?
yeah, basically.
Oh, great. Okay.
It seems to be a bulletproof, super structured metal to like. It's almost like how bank safes are made. Like you can't just like hit it like that and have it open.
Okay. Do I
So-
see any kind of like voice recognition or anything like that near it?
No, but you do see a small like thing at the almost like the corner of the wall. I'm tired of having you do investigation checks, so I'm just going to say that you definitely already saw it.
Okay.
So there's a little corner at the end of the wall that has a password on it. Or for what you can assume is a password, because it just says 4KSN259.
Okay.
And you just take that information with you. Shade's like still banging on the wall, and you can hear like almost like a hollowness on the other side, which makes you also believe this is a false wall.
Okay.
So she looks at you and goes, we need to go upstairs. We need to go upstairs to see if we can get through here. I know it sounds weird, but
There
we
are no
haven't checked.
computers in this room, right?
Nope, it's just dusty old boxes currently.
Okay. And the boxes aren't worth looking through?
Not really. It's just like old like shipment documentations.
Got it. Okay,
It's
we head back
there
upstairs.
for ambiance.
So, you go upstairs, back to the main lobby area, and are you going to that back hallway?
The one that leads upstairs, or there were more rooms on this floor, right?
It was just the testing room and the documents room on this floor.
Okay, and then back in the sort of reception area.
Yeah.
Were there any rooms there that we didn't check out?
Yes, there was a hallway that was in the back.
Okay, yeah, we'll go there then.
Alright. So, as you're going through the back hallway, I'm going to need Remi to give me another awareness check, my girl.
Okay. Let's use the other Kraken dice.
Don't roll like shit.
That's better. That is a 15 plus 3, or 13 plus 3, 16.
You start hearing, like, weirdly in the background what sounds almost like helicopter flapping. But it's super faint. Like, you're not sure if it's going to this specific area, so you're not really worried about it yet.
To Oswald or to Astoria?
To Oswald.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him to stop. Oswald, stop for a
Ooh.
second.
What's up?
Listen.
Allie puts in helicopter noise.
Remi, why are you going flap, 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 flap?
I just trying to make it try to do my own Foley work. Well, I guess I don't have a career in that. Okay, now that Oswald is being told to stop and to listen, is he able to hear it?
It's kind of soundless down here for the most part. The only reason you're hearing it is because you also have a lookout from the top of where they came in. So that's the only reason why you would be kind of hearing it right now.
Do we have any way to check map a radar almost so that I can see? Is someone coming that way?
You have the cam on Oswald, and you have the cam that's outside of the actual compound that they're in. As far as radar, you have the stagnant map of where you believe all of the facilities are. If you ask Data nicely, he can probably get one up, so it kind of mirrors each other.
Yes, I would like to ask Data to get a radar up to see if there is a helicopter heading in his direction.
Data hears what you're saying pretty quickly, and then immediately gets up and starts rapidly clicking, and he was able to basically put the radar over the map and kind of put them so they're kind of on top of one another in a way. And it does show a helicopter that is that looks like they're on their way to Oswald, but they could also be going to that abandoned facility. So it's you can still hear it, because when you hear helicopters, they're hundreds of miles away sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna kind of tell Oswald. I'm gonna tell him, try to hurry up. I'm not sure if this helicopter's coming towards you or if it's coming towards something in your area. He's at. Can we circle which one he's officially at?
So he's not officially at anywhere, but he is kind of this.
Which one?
I'm at the one in the top left.
No. Yeah, I was saying the top left. Okay, so
Oswald's in this one, and this is where the helicopter kind of is. And so the helicopter is kind of adjacent to the abandoned warehouse, abandoned storehouse facilities, and kind of almost looks like it could be going to where Oswald is in the underground bunker, but also could just be stopping at the abandoned facility.
So then I'll relay all this information to Oswald, and then do I have a specific time of where it might be flying over him?
It looks like it could be another hour and a half out, so it looks like he definitely still has time, but also it's a helicopter, so if they feel like they need to be there now, they can pump up speed, which you're watching the radar now, so you will be able to track that.
Okay, so I'm going to tell him, try to make it somewhat quicker. If it doesn't seem like there's anything here, try to skedaddle as fast as you can.
Okay.
And Remi, I'm going to need you to give me a D100 on this, because now this situation just got a little bit more stressful.
Okay. That is a 29.
You're not doing okay. You're not feeling. You start almost panic sweating. As soon as you start hearing.
I'm freaking out because I think my best friend's about to be captured and I gotta go save them both.
So you immediately get a little bit twitchier, and you start slapping Data to do things quicker, and you start very obviously sweating a little bit, but also you're trying not to freak out outside, because you're not. Remi is very much I'm going to freak out, but I want to do this by myself, but this is getting a little bit too close to comfort for you. So when you hear that, Oswald, your panic kind of goes up a little bit. So it goes from the 68 that you started at when you were in the document facility room to probably a 50. So you're panicking a little bit more now too. So you go through the back hallway, Oswald and Shade, and you see one door that seems to be ajar, and it's the very last door in the hallway.
Okay. Are the other doors worth looking at or no?
They're all really locked, so if you want to go through them, that one's open and already ready for access.
Is there anything indicating that the other doors are like, labeled for a reason, or are they just doors?
One says supply closet, one says men's room, one says ladies' room.
I look at Shade. Do you need to pee?
No.
You hear through the comms, Oswald, this is not the time to pee!
All right, fine. Jeez. Yeah, just go to the door on the end.
Okay, so as you go to the door in the end, you see a huge, like, computer hard drive system.
Data, you would love it here.
Data's like, I would not. I beg to fucking differ.
I mean, in terms of level of computer, not because of, creepy.
Oh. Okay, well, maybe. But if you jiggle the mouse on the computer or, like, touch screen it, because I guess it's a touch screen because we're 200 years, if you, like, touch it, this computer is actually on.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, if you touch it, it turns on. I hate myself!
God.
Hi, we're now looking for a new player to play Remi in the podcast Dice Drop Evolution. Please put in your...
I've been fired due to sexual harassment.
Oh, God.
Of computers.
So, yeah, you touch it, it turns on. Ha. And it asks for the password if you still have it. Which I'm going to guess you probably...
But, like, Oswald would memorize it, yeah.
I was going to guess you'd either memorize it or take a picture of it or something.
Yeah.
So you put in that password that you got, and you see, like, a bunch of little things on the side where it's, like... Where it gives you, like, stuff on the mutants that they held there. It gives you stuff on, like... all these, like, programs, and then there's one that says door unlock documents room, and you can click that and it will actually open up the door downstairs.
Oh, okay. So I click that, but then is there like a mass search for, like, the mutants that are being held?
Give me a technologies check, my guy.
What is my technologies score? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that's only a +5, so it's more balanced. Cool. That is a 12 + 5, so 17.
All right, so there is a search feature. Do you want to open up the mutants documents to try and search through them?
Yeah, but I want to search for, like, keywords.
Sure. What keywords would you like to search for?
3 specifically. The first one I want to try is heal or healing. The second one I want to try is river, and the third one I want to try is joy.
Okay. So river, you get nothing. I'm going to tell you right now. River, there's no search results.
Okay.
However, if you look up healer, healing abilities, you get a huge document that you can turn into basically a PDF and print out, because your time is crunching a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do I see any, like, interesting things while I'm, like, working on printing it out?
While you're scrolling through it very lightly, you start seeing the reason, like, it doesn't say anything. It's almost talks a little bit more about, like, Data's ability rather than Joy's, rather than River's. And it's very much a subject blah blah. It's subject 21965 has shown abilities that come with healing, full healing abilities, and then it, like, does this equation that will then go into healing ability plus this serum that they are making to create an antidote, basically. But it goes into more full detail than that, but that's really all you see while scrolling because you're printing things out rather quickly.
Okay. As soon as they're all printed out, I'll staple it together and then
Yeah.
throw it
And
in my bag.
are you going to look up joy too?
Yeah.
So if you look up joy, you get immediately this one document, and it's very small compared to what you thought you were going to get. It says Hadley Rivera Joy, and like that's actually no, it
Yeah.
says Hadley Joy Rivera, and
I was
it
gonna
has,
say, like, have him look up the word Hadley as like a key search.
yeah, so it just says Hadley Joy and then Rivera for like last first middle, and you can click on it and it will show you a small joy, a very small little river, because by the time that she got this photo she was probably around 5, and it gives you all of her information and then says under it, subject has shown possibilities of healing abilities, keep for more further testing, do not terminate, could be important.
Okay. I show that to Shade and I print that one out too.
Shade goes, I want to keep the picture.
I mean, me too.
She does not look happy in the photo. I'd like to premise that she does not look happy. She looks kind of dead to be a 5-year-old, but she's like still like cute.
Gotcha.
So, you have all of that documents now. Do you want to go downstairs to try and look into more documents?
We'll move a little bit quickly too.
Okay. So, Remi, I'm going to need you to give me a D20.
Let's not use a Kraken dice because they don't like me. Ah, fuck. What is it?
You're just
a
giving me a
random
straight
D20?
Yeah.
That's a 7.
You're hearing the helicopter kind of speed up a little bit more your way. It passed the initial facility. It's definitely more like probably 45 minutes out now.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Oswald to pick it the fuck up.
Yeah, I definitely we definitely start like kind of running, but not like sprinting down to the open door now.
All right, so now that you opened that secret door in the documents room, it's almost lit up now. Like the document room's almost lit up. Like it's not dark. You don't need your flashlights at all because of all of the technology that was behind that door.
Okay.
So all of that seems to still be active.
Interesting. Okay, is it like the server room, I guess? So since it's a server room, is there anything of note?
So there are several hard drives that are littered around that look like they're portable enough where you can actually take them with you.
Okay. Yeah, I shove them in the bag.
Okay, so there's like 3 of them that you shoved in the bag.
Okay. I get on the comms and I'm like, hey, Data, I got hard drives coming back to you. There's like 3 of them, so you're going to have a lot of fun. Or not. I don't know.
And he's just like, I just want this nightmare to be over. Okay.
You and me. You're not the one in the creepy, like fucking zombie facility right now, so.
I mean, I haven't seen any zombies yet. If anything, it just looks like a horror show.
It just feels like there'd be zombies around.
Yeah, I get that.
After I pick those up, is there anything else before we start getting out of here? Should I do like the last perception or investigation?
Yep, give me a last perception investigation.
I'll do perception since that's higher. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck are you?
That's 21. No.
All right.
Whatever 9 plus 12 is.
Math.
Yeah. It's above a 20.
So, it's like a 21. Don't ask me to do math.
It's either a 21 or a 22. People at home, just at me on Twitter.
So, you act like our two fans that talk to us a lot on Twitter will not tell you. That's so funny from you. They're going to tell you it's going to be months when we post this one. It's going to be like months away. It's going to be like mid-August. And you're going to be like, I did what?
They're going to message you on the fucking Discord and they're going to be like, at Kyle, what the fuck?
So, no, there isn't really anything else. There is one like hidden monitor in the background, but it's a monitor. It's not really as important as those hard drives that for some reason were left out. But no, you pretty much got everything you were supposed to within this area.
Okay. Before we leave, I throw my hand on the servers and I tell them to blow themselves up.
Do you want to give them a time? Because they will do it immediately with you still in.
That's fair. Let's say like 5 minutes from now.
All right, perfect.
And
So
then, did we happen to bring any like explosive charges with us?
you didn't. You thought it was more smart to keep you kind of like healthy and eating.
Low key.
Is there any way to absolutely fuck this facility?
Shade brought one firework.
Well, damn. Okay, so the servers basically control the entire facility, right?
In a way.
Okay, I tell the servers, not only you, but every single computer in the facility, blow. Just because, why not?
So, the server goes,
Hello, Oswald Silver. You do not seem to have permission to be on said server.
Yeah, well, Jake Gold said that I had permission.
Jake Gold. Searching. Jake Gold. Yes. Security guard at Astoria main facility.
To myself, I say that's fucking hilarious.
I would like to point it out, the previous god did not say she deleted it, so I am keeping it there.
That's absolutely fair.
So then she starts going through all of your credentials real fast, and then she goes,
Jake Gold. It seems you do not have such authorities to ask us to blow.
No, but Astoria asked me to ask you, and since I can talk to computers, she thought it would be easier, so...
Astoria is a racist against mutants. This is a lie. I'm kidding.
You're a little too self-aware for a computer.
Might have another mutant in me. Who knows? So, she kind of like buffers a little bit. That was all good and fun for me and you. Sorry. She kind of buffers a little bit, and she like, you can tell she's thinking about it, and she's like putting in all your Drake Gold's credentials and everything still, and just goes, man, let's see how well you do. Actually,
okay, Jake Gold, we will turn off all servers for the next 5 hours. Is that okay?
No, I want you to explode.
Unfortunately, you do not have access to do such things, Jake Gold.
So, in server rooms, there's typically like something to keep the servers cool.
Yep.
Do I know where that is? Or can I like look for it?
It's pretty obvious. There's like a big fan. There's two like big fans within the room to keep the area pretty cold.
I take the firework and I point it at the fans.
Okay. I'm not even gonna roll. The fans blow up.
Good. I know I could have just stopped them by hand, but no.
So, if we're going to do it that way, it's going to take around probably because of how many servers are in there, and I'm going to guess you're going to relock the room. The airless, tightless room.
Yeah, just let them heat up and basically.
Yeah, it's going to take around 4 to 5 hours for them to completely fry.
That's fine. I'm assuming that it'll have that time.
Yeah.
So I turn the fans off. I put my hand on the server and I say, "Yeah, fuck you. You're dying anyway," and then leave.
Okay. So, are you booking it?
Yeah, we're gonna walk a little bit faster to get out of there. So
okay, so the helicopter is around 20 minutes away.
Okay, that should give us time to get to the car and leave. So.
Okay, so you're hustling, bustling out of there. Yep.
Yep.
Give me a quick, if you so choose, give me a let's say agility, only because you're doing it pretty quickly, and I want you to be able to get through this not as easily.
I have a +4 to agility, so that's a 19.
All right, cool. So you kind of like feel like you're going to trip a little bit, but then you don't, because like you kind of catch yourself, and then you kind of just fly out of there. You are very quickly climbing up the very long ladder that you originally came down. Do you want to hide the lever that brought you into the facility so the other people cannot find it?
I'll just take it with me.
Okay, take the lever with you.
Any chance? I'm throwing it in the trunk and we're leaving.
Okay. All right. So as you fly up and start to leave, you actually see not too like far away from you the helicopter, and Shade like books it and goes 100 miles an hour from like 0 to 100, like actually, and like it gets out of sight of the helicopter right almost as they land.
Right, okay. Cool.
And Remi, would you like to do anything real fast?
Just be like, oh, thank God. Like, doesn't matter, they got out of there. But I want to see, like, do we have eyes on the helicopter?
Yeah, I mean, Oswald did not say he picked up that little camera he had out there. So Oswald, you said you would have just left it there, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I forgot it was there, so
I want to watch the camera, and I want to see who comes out of that helicopter.
So, as the helicopter lands, you see on like the side of the helicopter it says Astoria Cybertech Training Facility. And you see 4 or 5 armed militia-looking guys come out, all black, bulletproof vests, helmet on, goggles on, and they see that the facility, like, they see nothing there. It basically looks like nothing was messed with, nothing was fucked with. It almost seems like it was a false alarm if they don't go in, and they're really not going to be able to go in because they don't have the lever because it's in the back of Oswald's car. So they're basically just circling the area and searching through the outside vegetation for probably an hour and a half, and you're just watching it. One guy, let me do 4 d20s real fast to see how smart they are. Not very. We got 3 13s and a 5. So none of them see the little GoPro that's just chilling by the side, waiting for them to take it. And like one of them thinks they sees it, but he has ADHD and was immediately distracted by something else. So, yeah, that's basically what happens. From what you can tell, they don't know what just happened. It could have just been a false alarm. So, as you fly home, you see Shade. Like, for the first time, Oswald, you're, like, actually looking at Shade. And let me give her a quick look-see at how she's doing. So, Shade isn't doing well at all. Like, she has her hands, like, white knuckled on the car. You can see her like shaking visibly, and she was putting up a very cool act the entire time she was in there, but really she was not having a good time at all, Oswald, because she was in that situation when she was younger. She was like, that was her reality right there, and you kind of accidentally put her back into it without really thinking about it.
Yeah, fair.
And so she's shaking, she's white knuckling, she's like trying to like breathe it out because she knows in her heart she cannot stop right now and have a full panic attack because then you will get caught. So yeah, she's not doing too well.
I tell her to hand me the wheel of the car. I can at least drive in a straight line.
So because it's a futuristic car, I'm gonna say it does have the ability to just like immediately shift drivers.
Okay.
So she like puts the pedals and puts the wheel towards you and just immediately goes into a ball.
Okay. I guess if the car's going in a straight line enough, I can kind of like lean over and give her a little hug.
Yeah, do you put it on autopilot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then since it's on autopilot, I just kind of, stay in the hug for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And before we leave, we're getting a flashback to River. In her facility, there is a phone call that is being rung out. The two doctors that are above her, Dr. Hans and the plague doctor, above her watching her sleep. And there's a phone call. It's ringing. It's insistent. And Dr. Hans
before he answers the phone call, my doctor's going to look at him and be like,
"So,
how do you feel about mac and cheese?" I am undecided. We did not have mac and cheese where I grew up.
What is this mac and cheese you speak of?
Never mind.
I would love to try the mac. The mac, I would like to try. The cheese, not so good on my tam-tams.
It is noodle with cheese.
Noodle with cheese. Ah!
the phone's still ringing.
I roll my eyes and I'm just like, the life of a doctor, yeah? And I go over and I answer and I'm like, hello?
I kind of like lean into the receiver. We were talking about the mac and cheese.
My hand and I push them away.
It's so funny because I know when we play that it won't be like this at all.
Exactly.
So,
that was just a little off moment,
It's like when it's like for him when we're actually working like with River, like he has to be like, we need to be serious 100% of the time. And then when when River's asleep, he's like, so do you like bowling?
Okay, so the scene where you're just like watching River, that all just played out, and you answered the phone, and immediately on the other line you hear,
"What the fuck have you been doing?"
Mac and cheese.
I need you. I've told you already. The whole point, yes, you can play with her. I don't care. But why hasn't her healing ability been activated yet? You stupid motherfucker!
Can I do people's emotions through the phone?
No, I'm gonna say you have to be in front of them.
Fuck. Okay, fine. I'll be like, and I am being so nonchalant about all this, and Dr. Hans is looking at his nails, and it's just like, well, darling, it does take a few days to understand the point of, the human experience and everything. Not like you know much about that being a fucking bitch.
I am your employer. I can kill you in a second. Do you not understand that? Get her healing ability together. You know what? I'm sending someone out there so maybe he can kind of help you a bit, I guess.
Oh, no. Is it the one who likes to do the wiggle dance? Don't send out the one who likes to do the wiggle dance.
No, I'm sending Carl.
Oh, fuck. I hate Carl.
I immediately grabbed the phone. Can you tell him to bring good food?
You are eating the food that I brought. And you have to deal with that. You knew the terms. You knew what you were getting together. If you can't watch her, at least watch the older one that's upstairs, you dumbasses.
And then she hangs up.
I don't think we're getting mac and cheese.
All right, everybody, that is the end of this episode. Please make sure you are following all of our socials. We are most active on our Twitter, which is at dice_drop. We are getting more active and more out there with our Instagram, which is drop_talks. And if you haven't looked at our blog yet, that's under dicedropblogs.com. That's going to have all of my DM notes personally, and it's going to give you more in-depth of what's going on. That's also where you can find the map for today's episode. Next episode will be airing August 6th, and we are bringing on some special friends, so we hope to see you there. Bye, guys. Good for you, you look happy and healthy. Not me, if you ever cared to ask.
Meanwhile, castaways.
We are castaways.
Ahoy there.
One of my friends on Destiny, he'll just like, he watches TikTok too. He's like, I think he's around like 18 or something like that. But he's like, if nothing is happening, even if we're doing a raid, you'll just start hearing castaways. And I'm like, Darshan, don't do this.
Have you seen the new one where it was very obvious Gen Z has made it, where they're like, passed away. I have passed away.
No,
I'm dead now. I'm dead now.
I have not.
No. So that just proves that Gen Z ruins
My favorite is how they put Little John into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it? Yeah!
It's into the thick of it. What?
Okay. Y'all ready for this? No.
Into the thick of it.
I hate you.
Into the thick of it. Oh.
That's not the one that I wanted. Hold on. I'm still gonna try and find this. Is this it?
What have I done?